Yeah. Cool. Cool. So, um, we saw Guardians 2, didn't we?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Volume 2.
Um, yeah.
Well, I really liked it. I just thought it was really good. I mean, like,
Yeah, it was really good.
it was like the yeah, it was like the, it was like everything I liked about the first one, and then like more really cool stuff, and like,
Uh-huh.
you know, it's always impressive when you can flush out, like when you can do a character arc for a character in the first movie, and then do a different character arc for them in the second movie. And I feel like this movie did that really well.
Yeah,
With
it
like built on basically every character,
Mhm.
even like except for Drax probably. He probably wasn't built on that much.
Yeah, not really.
But he had a minor like
He had a couple
arc
moments.
yeah, he had like a kind of an arc thing in the movie. Like maybe.
Well, I mean, at the beginning he was like, "You're ugly," and
Yeah,
then at the end
he's like side.
So I don't know if that's an arc.
No, but that's so fun. I love what he said though. That's such a good line. I love where he's like, he says, I'm probably paraphrasing because I've only seen this movie once, but he says something like, he's like, oh, you're ugly or whatever. It's like, oh, it's like, is that good? He's like, well, yeah, because when someone loves you, it means they actually love you.
They
Beautiful people,
who you are.
they love you for who you are. Beautiful people never know who to trust.
Yeah. This is some Drax wisdom for you.
Some Drax wisdom for you. I think it's great.
Yeah. No, yeah, I really liked it. It's not as, I don't think it's as fast paced as the first Guardians.
No,
but it kind of just like takes more time to just like flesh out the characters.
Yeah,
and like give Yondu a backstory,
an entire backstory
and give
yeah.
Nebula.
It's like he's a
more
Kree,
character
right?
and stuff. I guess he might be a Kree. Did they say he was a Kree?
He went to a Kree war camp.
Okay, so he might have been.
He's blue.
He's blue because the rest of the Kree are blue.
Yeah,
but he also has like a thing in his head.
Yeah.
So.
That's like an augmentation though. It's not.
Yeah, I know. Like he wasn't born with that.
No, he obviously wasn't.
but yeah, so I guess he was probably Kree, or somehow related.
Does he have the fin like that in the comics?
Yeah, it looks like like a full fin like that, like what he got like partway through this one.
Yeah,
which is cool. And then he's part of the like in the Yondu's part of the original Guardians of the Galaxy team from like the 80s or something, the 70s or 80s, the Silver Age, which also took place in the year 3000.
And they put that team together at the end of this movie.
And then they put that team together at the end, which has Sylvester Stallone in it.
Which is so funny. I guess he's in the MCU now.
Yeah, which is cool. Yeah. I heard, like, when his name popped up in the credits, like in the opening credits, I was like, oh, he's in this? I'm like, he's probably going to be in it for like 2 seconds. But he was only in 2 scenes. So. Yeah, but I mean, that's more scenes than I thought he was going to be in. Yeah, and that's true. And yeah, 2 more. It was kind of cool. It was kind of fun to see him. Yeah. So I guess maybe they'll do more with him in Guardians 3, Volume 3, when that eventually comes out. Do you think the soundtrack for the third one will be that? What did he have? It was like an iPod, but not. It was called like a Zune. The Zune. Yeah. You can hold up to 300 songs on this, and then it's like, whoa, 300 songs. It's so funny. It's like you can do like all the kids. You can do like 20. You can do like 10,000, and like if you like standard most standard storage for like iPods and stuff is probably 32 now. I'm guessing 32 gigs. Yeah. Which could probably get you like 10,000-ish songs. Yeah, pretty much. But like also, you can just subscribe to iTunes and pay like a monthly fee, and then just have every song on iTunes. So, oh really? Yeah. I don't think I'd want that though. No, it's too much. Yeah. It's like Netflix for iTunes. A monthly fee. That's literally Netflix for iTunes. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's brilliant though. It's a good idea. It's just not something that I'm gonna do. No, I love the. I don't need to have that. Yeah, no, but let's get back to the movie. I love the Yondu
scene with where he kills all the guys. The thing. It reminds me it's kind of like this movie's Quicksilver scene.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Although also different.
Yeah.
It's like Quicksilver that didn't murder 100 people.
No, it's more fun though. I think it's great.
Yeah. When that scene was happening, I'm like, this is great, and then it was like, wow, he's killing a lot of people.
I know, and they're when they're all just falling from the sky, I'm like, this is ridiculous and amazing.
This is a lot of murder.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. But it's also kind of cool, they can get away with that because, they're all kind of assholes.
Yeah.
They're not the Avengers, so they can kill more people, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the Avengers killed, all of an alien race that attacked them.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, they Phantom Menace them, kind of. I don't really understand how that works. I thought they were all aliens. You'd think the robots could get Phantom Menace, but no.
No, the robots, they have to destroy all of them.
They have to destroy all the robots.
But, but the aliens, they just all die Phantom Menace style for some reason. Which was unexplained. It was just kind of oh, they won. The end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then all the aliens died.
It's a little that's probably one of the iffier parts of the first Avengers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And why I put 4 movies above it or 3 movies above it on my list.
Right.
I'd probably I feel like because I have no idea how to objectively judge this right now. Just when the dust settles, I'm probably going to put Guardians 2 right below Guardians 1, but above the first Avengers.
Yeah? You think it's better than the first Avengers?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. The last time I saw the first Avengers, it just didn't do a whole lot for me. I mean, a lot of the action seems less it's a little more once you've seen anything directed by the Russo brothers, it seems a little more hokey and
yeah, that's true.
And I'm not saying because Guardians has a distinct style to its action,
right? Yeah,
and
it's much more stylized.
It's definitely more stylized, and I really enjoy watching it. It's
really the characters that you're watching for. You're not I can't wait for the next action set piece.
Yeah,
it's all the characters.
The characters in the Avengers are great, but they just do so much more with them in Guardians and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm talking the first Avengers. The first Avengers.
Oh yeah.
What's Thor's character arc like?
He doesn't believe in it. Oh, he's trying to get his brother back. But then his brother is an asshole, so...
That's the plot. That's not a character arc.
But it's kind of... I don't know.
Yeah, see? It's
he doesn't believe in himself for a second, and then he picks up his hammer, and he's good.
Yeah. I mean, that's just... It's a little... I'm like... The Avengers is still great, it's just not as great as...
But Tony has an arc. Most of them have arcs.
Yeah, the arc reactor.
The arc reactor.
Tony's arc. Is that one of our nothing cast things or whatever?
Yeah.
It was the arc reactor and it said I have a character arc or something like that.
Yeah, because we were talking about Tony Stark's character arc.
Yeah.
Reactor.
Yeah. Yeah, we probably made that joke before. Sorry.
Yeah, we already made that joke.
Yeah, that's
so
okay.
I put his, instead of the Tony Stark has an heart, I put Tony Stark's character arc or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh god.
Anyways.
It's really funny.
But yeah, pretty much all the Avengers have an arc except for Thor.
Yeah.
Maybe Hawkeye even. Not really.
Yeah.
He's kind of just bad for the first one, and then he turns good after she punches him. So, but yeah, the rest of them kind of do.
This movie is throughout the movie, it's at any given time, a character could be "This is my backstory," and then
yeah,
this one. I don't know. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. It never felt too expositional though. They did it
in a
something was always happening. So
yeah, there's always something happening. It was interesting.
Yeah.
To me for this one is they sort of in you have your epic stories. There's always a moment with an ensemble cast where what I call they break the fellowship, and that's where all the characters split up and kind of do their own things for a while. And this movie kind of does that.
Yeah.
But
because they don't have to put them together the same way they do in the first.
Yeah, exactly.
The first one, they're all separate. And they have
the first one, like them assembling as part of the main. Yeah. The first the first act, them assembling as part of the main story.
Yeah.
But like the second middle chapter, you can have them like split up.
Yeah.
And this one kind of did that, which was interesting to me. Because they sort of did it in a different way. Like they split up, but then they just kind of like stand around in like two different places and like talk about stuff.
Yeah.
But it like worked though because like they just allowed the characters to get developed more. And so it's like, okay, I'm on board with it. Like I like these characters, and so I want to see them get developed more. And yeah.
No, I thought the whole thing with I really like the villain in this movie.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
He was pretty cool
because he's a more complex villain than any like. I'd say he's one of the more complex villains,
especially
at least in Marvel. Like
at least in Marvel, especially for just a one movie villain.
Yeah,
because like Loki is still I think the best villain, but that's because he's had multiple movies to get more development.
Where would you say who's put after that, like Zemo or?
Yeah, it's tricky, right?
Because Zemo is
hard. Can I use Netflix villains or
no? I'm talking movies. I'm talking movies.
Then
because Netflix, all the Netflix villains are better than the movie villains.
Ultron, I put Ultron after.
Really,
Ultron's great. Yeah. Everyone's like, "Oh, Ultron was dumb."
No, he's fun, but like
Ultron's amazing.
If he wants to,
the only thing bad about him is that he died.
Think about this, Danny.
He didn't make it
so
to the
Ultron,
end.
No. Ultron's plan is to end the world, right?
Yeah.
He's in the internet, right? Otherwise, we just launch a nuke.
Because he wants to be all poetic about it. That's what's cool about him.
Because he's like Tony, right?
He's like Tony, so he has all the same flaws as Tony Stark.
That is kind of cool, yeah.
And like, so he's actually, and it's like a reflection of like.
Yeah,
Tony's dark side. And
he
doesn't know the difference between saving the world and destroying it. Where do you think he gets that from?
No, but I feel like with Ultron though, it's more like he just feels more like generic. I'm gonna destroy the world for whatever reason. And like with Kurt Russell though, it's like I'm literally insane. Like I have no other purpose. This is all I do. Like. He seems like
if I just live much forever, more. Then what's the point?
Then what's the point, right? Like he's like it's so much more interesting than like Ultron. It just feels like because you've seen that so many times where someone just wants to destroy the world or take over the world, right?
I know
it's such a generic. Like,
I'm not saying that Ultron is a better villain than Ego. I'm saying he's the next best besides Ego under Loki.
Under Loki.
Yeah.
So wait, what's the ranking right now? Loki, Ego.
Then maybe Zemo, and then maybe.
The thing about Zemo is that is he a villain though? Like he just seems like a guy.
I guess he's just a guy.
He functions. He
could be a villain.
He takes on the villain role of the film, but he's literally just a guy who's on his own side. Like,
yeah. Then I would say Ultron.
Yeah.
And then Ultron, then Zemo.
Yeah. And what about
fucking Red Skull?
What about Pierce?
He's okay.
Yeah.
He's kind of. Yeah. I feel like for me, like I think Hydra is the villain.
Yeah, Hydra. Yeah.
And he's just
yeah. Hydra's because we got like Crossbones and Pierce and Winter Soldier. So I guess Hydra as a whole is kind of the villain of that one. And there's also you also see Zola again. So like
exactly.
So it's not really it can't really be accounted to an individual. But we're talking about individuals right now.
Yeah.
So. It's just kind of
the many heads of Hydra. Yeah. It's not just one.
Yeah, that's kind of cool though that they did that.
Yeah, he's just one of the elements of it. After that, who else is like a decent villain? He like Whiplash.
No, he's trash. He's whip trash is what he is.
The Mandarin. Just kidding.
Malekith. There's one part where they went to like when they were like dimension jumping. I swear I saw Dark Elves at one point.
Yeah, it looked like they might have gone to the Dark Elf planet for a second. I'd love to like see that sequence again and like pause it at like each planet they go to.
I'm pretty sure they go through some Doctor Strange shit at one point.
Like, yeah, they might have. Oh,
what was that dimensional gate thing all about? Was it just like this is where we put all the relays in the galaxy? Like
I guess it's just like a wormhole thing where like it helps they jump from system to system and they can like travel throughout the galaxy.
Yeah, but it takes 700 jumps to get from one side to the other.
Yeah. So like them warping through space like fucks them up.
Ruins their distorts their vision and or just like they just look like these weird like the end of Total Recall blowing up their faces blowing up.
Their faces explode. Oh, but fucking that Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah, that Stan Lee cameo it's probably the best Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah, that's one of the fan theories was that he was the Watcher from Earth. And so, basically, they confirmed that because he's
last time I was a FedEx driver. Oh my god!
So all those Stanleys are the same in this.
In the MCU,
they're the same guy.
Even that part when he dies.
Oh yeah, doesn't he die?
He dies in the Incredible Hulk.
Does he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He drinks. He drinks
because he drinks the soda.
Yeah.
That had the Hulk's blood in it,
and then he just dies.
So I guess he maybe.
Yes.
I don't know.
So is he watching in Apocalypse? Is he just watching all the nukes go in the air,
Well, that's not the MCU, so it's a different universe, right?
I guess that's Stanley. I guess that would be the same Stanley who's watering his lawn at the beginning of X-Men 3.
But
there's no Stan Lee cameo in X-Men 2. What's up with that?
No, it's so weird because there's 1 and 3.
He's just holding a hot dog. He's just a hot dog vendor, right?
Yeah, it's just in the background.
Yeah,
it's
a very Hitchcock one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The movie doesn't grind to a halt to show you Stan Lee.
He's in the movie. Yeah, the first few he did were like that. Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, and X-Men were just he was just in the background.
Oh, Spider-Man 1, it's really subtle.
And then by Fantastic Four, it was a little more obvious than Spider-Man 3 and Fantastic Four 2. He's like, hey everyone, it's me, Stan Lee. How's it going?
Yeah.
No one could possibly miss me because
he literally says his name in the second.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes.
Does that movie end with a Japanese wedding?
Yeah, because I think they end up in Japan for some reason. And that's where they were fighting Dr. Doom.
It's a dumb movie.
Or whatever that movie was.
It's just dumb is what it is. Just watch The Incredibles. But yeah.
Would you, do you want to talk about the soundtrack?
Yeah, a lot of it's
Did you remember any of the soundtrack?
No, but I mean, I've only seen it once, right? So
yeah.
Guardians, where I've seen it a billion times.
That's
true. I feel like the soundtrack could have used a little more variation. Because a lot of them sound pretty similar. They all sounded like
they all kind of blended together to me.
They all have very similar style. Where it's is this my brain kind of did the same thing every time the song started. I'm like, is this the Beatles? I've definitely heard this before. Maybe I haven't. That was the whole. I did that literally every time.
There wasn't any.
Those were the 3 thoughts that went through my head.
There wasn't any that I recognized, which isn't necessarily a problem.
I really liked it though.
Yeah, I still liked it, but I don't. There wasn't any where I was really jamming out to it.
Yeah.
You know? I felt that I was the first Guardians.
I started. This is just music in general for me and music and stuff. I'm just kind of because whenever I get new music or whatever, I find that whenever it takes about 10 listens of the song to fully process it,
right?
And then I can probably start doing lyrics and stuff.
Yeah,
because the first listen of a song, you're not really.
I don't ever listen to lyrics.
You can't really remember. You can't remember the melody or you can you remember the melody when you're hearing it, but you can't sing it back and
Yeah.
It's almost it's not even there. Music takes a while to ingrain itself in your memory.
Oh, it depends on the song though too. Some are more or just designed.
That's just for music in general. Music I played in school and stuff. I can get music that changes time signatures and key signatures and stuff in my head. That's not necessarily catchy, right? Because I've heard it enough times.
Yeah, but I mean that when a song is more catchy, generally it's easier to pick up on.
The rhythm,
the melody.
And I guess a lot of 70s stuff is more less poppy. I don't know. I don't know. No More Than a Feeling though.
Yeah, No More Than a Feeling.
Yeah.
Which was pretty depressing.
That's pretty disappointing, but oh well, right?
Yeah. They didn't have Fox on the Run.
No.
Right? Either.
That was a great. That's a 70s song.
Yeah, and it was a trailer song too.
Do you think it's on the soundtrack?
They lied to us.
Do you think it's on the soundtrack?
Oh, it could be. I don't know. We should look up the
soundtrack. We should go to Sunrise.
Yeah, let's go buy the soundtrack now that we're talking about how it was underwhelming.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it wasn't bad though. Like.
It wasn't bad.
And they used it throughout. I was worried they weren't going to do that, and they did.
Of course they were going to do that.
Yeah. And it had.
How would they not?
And the soundtrack still had like. Meaning and stuff, right?
Yeah, there's only like a couple that had like. I felt had like character.
Yeah.
Moments with them.
Yeah.
And that was like the one about the sailor, the blah blah blah, something with his dad.
Yeah.
And then the one at the end for Yondu's funeral. Yeah. That's what was two that I remembered where like there was emotion behind it.
Yeah.
I guess the one at the beginning, but I don't even remember how that one sounded like. Like the opening credits.
Yeah.
Which were pretty good.
That was I love the opening credits. It was amazing.
I was interesting. Well, I guess it's the same thing. In the first Guardians, they have like a similar opening credit scene but like that one it starts off all mysterious because like Star-Lord arrives on this planet and there's like hints of maybe this was a civilization once and it was destroyed, and then he puts on his thing and starts jamming out to music, and then the rest of the sequence is like a joke.
Yeah.
Where like I guess this one was kind of the same because it's like, oh, we gotta fight the giant blah blah blah, make sure it doesn't destroy the whatevers. And then, like, Groot puts on the music, and then it's just a joke.
The Gabblegorks.
And then the whole huge action sequence is just Groot, like, dancing to the music and them fighting in the background.
Also, which I thought was interesting.
And that's the perfect, like, I think metaphor for, like, the tone of the movie, where it's like all the, like, major action stuff, like, isn't really important. It's more about, like, the characters and stuff.
No, but what I think is interesting about this movie and the first Guardians, because when we saw all the trailers for the first Guardians, we didn't think the orb was going to be the MacGuffin. We were just like, oh, that's just some stupid thing from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, it looked like it was just going to be a
this
thing.
This one, them fighting that monster, that's not just some stupid thing from the beginning of the movie. That's literally what drives the plot. Like,
yeah, it's true, because I did need the tubey things, the battery things.
Because then they steal the battery things, which leads the army after them, and then Kurt Russell saves them, and then and then movie, right?
And then movie.
So like,
and I liked the first like few, I guess like the first act of it before they meet Ego, where it's just like one thing led to another. It's like, oh, we rescued Nebula, so now we're gonna bring her to the thing. Oh no, they're chasing us. Oh no, the other thing is chasing us, and then oh no, we landed on this planet.
Yeah.
Oh, who's this Ego guy? Let's go see what he's all about. And like that's very much like the comic of Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's just like there's just crazier and crazier things just keep happening to them, and so they just kind of.
No, but I think it's okay that they didn't that for the second act they didn't do a whole lot, because it's kind of like Empire Strikes Back, where they're just kind of hanging out.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It's basically Empire Strikes Back because he learns more about himself and like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about like.
I love it when it's like you can make anything and you made a ball. It's like, well, I fought really hard to make that.
I don't know. That's the first thing I thought of.
Oh, I love when
Fox on the Run is on the soundtrack.
I feel like my favorite.
That's weird.
I feel like one of my favorite lines in the movie was, "I'm gonna make some weird shit." Just like the delivery, the delivery was perfect. Like it was so good. Like,
oh, I'm gonna make some weird shit.
Like it's just.
Yeah, just the way he said that. That's why Chris Pratt is great.
Yeah, I know.
Because he can deliver lines like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they did the Spectre I'm the author of all your pain thing, but like way better though.
I mean, kind of.
He didn't straight up say, "I'm the author of all your pain."
Well, Star-Lord's only had one like real problem.
Yeah. Mom died. And it's that guy's fault. Like Ego's literally just.
Yeah, I like that they were like.
Yeah.
Well, it was interesting because like at first when you first meet Ego, like he seems like a nice guy.
No, I didn't actually said like any suspicions of him.
Yeah, I didn't think he was
like it wasn't like when they meet This is the first example. I'm sure there's way better examples. The first one that kind of came to my mind was Unalaq in season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, hi, I'm Unalaq, I'm your uncle, and he's got like the pointy chin and stuff. And then her dad's like, I don't really like this guy. He's kind of like a dick. Like, you should probably watch out for him. Like, he's probably the villain. And then she says, shut up, Dad. I'm gonna go hang out with this guy who's clearly the villain. Like. That's probably some of the worst. Understand. That's probably some of the worst parts of season 2.
Like, he seemed kind of suspicious because he just shows up. He's like, "Hey, I'm your dad," but
I'm glad that Gamora has like suspicions of him and stuff.
Yeah, and it came about in a kind of natural way.
Instead of
and then once he started to go into more well, I had lots of kids actually, except none of them turned out to be good except for you. And then actually, I'm going to destroy the universe. And then it's like
he was the only Chris Pratt. He was the only one who could use the celestial power.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So it was like he probably did the same thing with them, right? Where he's like, oh, check this out. It's like I'm in this thing.
Yeah.
Try to do this, and then it doesn't work for them. Then he just kills them. Right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what.
That's what happened. Yeah. But yeah, and it's but you he still has an interesting motivation, so you still can at least kind of understand his point of view. Yeah. But then it's just it was so sad for me to put that tumor in her brain, and then Star-Lord fucking's you killed my mom, bang bang.
Yeah, that's so
and then
good.
The movie just. And then from that point, it's just oh, the goal is now kill him. It's not even try to reason with him, try to stop him from destroying the universe. It's no, kill this guy.
Yeah. He's gonna destroy the world.
No, he's a maniac. Kill him. It's immediate. Such an immediate flip there. Yeah. But it's interesting how they did that because they kind of snuck it in, and then you could still kind of see, at least up until that point, why Star-Lord was interested in what he's going on about and stuff. But then at that point it's okay, fucking kill.
No, it's kind of cool in this movie you got to see, because that reminds me, you got to see Earth outside of a flashback sequence.
Yeah. How'd you feel about that? I like that because I like that we didn't see Earth at all in the first Guardian.
I thought was funny was that because he put the little thing next to a Dairy Queen, right?
Right.
In 1980, and then we cut to 2017, and that's when it explodes. I noticed that the sign in Dairy Queen in 1980 said something 80s-ish.
Right. It would have been the 80s version.
Yeah. But then the Dairy Queen sign in this year said fan food, not fast food.
Right.
Which is the current
logo, right?
I know it's stupid, right? But they actually did that. If there was a
Yeah, it is. No, it's a good it's a good timestamp actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of clever.
Yeah,
to show the 80s Dairy Queen and then the 2017 Dairy Queen.
That kind of reminds me of Power Rangers, the new Power Rangers movie.
Oh yeah,
this is a legit. Are you gonna see it or I don't know. It's not really a spoiler. I just thought it was funny. There's this one of the plot device or whatever. They're oh, so basically there's this evil spot somewhere. I'm trying to remember what it was. No, it was where basically it's if Rita destroys this one thing in this one spot, the whole world will get blown up, right? It's that.
Okay, yeah.
It's that, right? And it's but doesn't the thing is sitting right on top of a Krispy Kreme.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I heard that Krispy Kreme is it's incredibly important in the movie.
It is. It's it's we have to get. They're so the climax of the movie is them defending a Krispy Kreme with their lives.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I know.
How much did Krispy Kreme pay them?
I don't know. Probably a lot. The Pacific Power Rangers, so who cares, right? I feel every blockbuster this year. What's up with that? It's it kind of hurts your brain after a while. I've seen nothing but action movies.
Yeah, well, you've also seen the ones that aren't as good. So,
yeah,
I've just seen Guardians, Furious 8, or Fast and Furious, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah,
and Logan, which is less of a blockbuster.
I'd say Fate of the Furious, Power Rangers, and then Kong. That's how I'd rank the three that weren't that good.
Right.
I mean, Fate of the Furious is so fun though.
It's fun. Yeah. It's not really a good movie, but like it's a different kind. Like it knows what it is.
Okay. The guy I'm doing the documentary with.
Yeah.
He said something interesting about Fate of the Furious because he saw it like a couple days ago. He's like the race at the beginning of the movie is the best street race in Fast and Furious. We've been like, why? Because Vin Diesel drives a flaming car backwards. And then he says, no, it's because it wasn't just generic shots of them gear shifting and then turning their cars. Like there's stuff actually happening. I'm like, that's true.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah, because I don't really remember any of the like that sequence had like actual beats. Like he tried to stop the other guy tried to stop him with like bikes or something.
Yeah.
His car lit on fire. There's more like obstacles where regularly it's just they race.
Yeah,
and then they like. Oh, he almost passes the other guy, and then the other guy almost comes past him.
Or Paul Walker completely totals his car.
Yeah, I guess that happens in one of them.
That's in the first one.
They can't. The one guy can't drift. He can't Tokyo drift yet.
No. I just want them to bring in Lucas Black in the next one.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, it's like this is gonna be a tough. Like they have to do a heist or whatever. So
they need to drift around.
It's like we need to drift around a thing, and then Vin Diesel is like. I know a guy. And it's like, he knew or something. And then Lucas Black comes and is like, hello everyone, I'm Lucas Black. I'm your drifting guy. I have limited acting ability. And then, yeah, that's whatever, right? And then even if they just Quicksilver him and they bring him in for the one scene and he leaves, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It would be cool to see him again.
Yeah, because
like, make the universe.
I mean, he was in 7 briefly.
Yeah. No, just make the universe feel more complete, right?
Yeah.
It's another race they can bring in that's not Scott Eastwood.
Yeah, I know it. They need some other element to their group dynamic for it to.
I think
work. Yeah, one of the problems that who was it? I think it might have been. I might have been listening to Weekly Planet, but they were talking about. Anyways, what's her name? Fucking the hacker chick. Ramsey. Like, what's her role when they're driving? She just sits next to Ludacris in the car.
That's her role.
So she's not a driver. So why is she like even there? You know,
to hack things. Obviously,
why would they bring her in the car to hack things?
You have to find her.
The least accessible spot.
You find her because she'll give you the one thing, which will give you the other thing, and but the other thing is
she pretty much had nothing to do in this one in Fate of the Furious. Like, in 7, it was more about hacking stuff, so, like, I understand, like, why she was there, but, like, in this one, they just kept her around.
Because the villain was a hacker.
She didn't really have a role. Yeah. Anyways. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Want to talk about Nebula?
What?
You want to talk about Nebula?
Yeah. I like Nebula.
I like Nebula. No, I thought it was cool how, like, she, because she, like, you know, at the end of the first Guardian, she, like, rips off her one hand,
right? Yeah.
And then so
this one she needs another arm.
So she's got, like, a crappy, like, robot hand at the beginning. I'm like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. It looks like you made that yourself. Like,
yeah. It looks like one of those dollar store, like, extendo grabby claw arms.
Yeah, it's like a drop a claw, but, like, under.
Yeah. It's basically one of those. And then, yeah, I liked when they're like, yeah, we got tons of, like, extra robotic arms if you need, like, another one.
It's so funny that because they just have a bunch of stuff, right? Like, they just steal from everyone.
Well, yeah, and, like, all their guys are, like, missing some body part that's been, like, replaced with something.
Yeah.
Like, there's one guy with a robotic finger. There's the guy with the robotic eye.
I love how they brought that back in this one. Or Rocket.
This guy's
he's like, I need the eye. He's gonna wake up and then he won't be there. It's so funny. They just like even though Rocket didn't really change that much from the first movie, it's still like that fits. I feel like that fits his personality though to not like.
Yeah. Mostly he sort of got an arc in this one. It was more like he realized that he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Which is like actually kind of fitting because, like in the last one, he more just decides to be friends with.
He's like, yeah, I'm an asshole, but I'm not. And, I know that I'm not 100% a dick, though.
Yeah, like help the universe not get destroyed, or whatever. But like in this one, he's like, I'm kind of an asshole. Maybe I should like try not to be as much.
Ease up a bit on that.
Yeah. But yeah, Nebula was cool to give her like more development and stuff, and I liked her relationship with Gamora.
Yeah.
I like their fight in the like middle there.
Yeah.
Even though it's just sort of like more action.
Yeah.
But I liked the part where Gamora had the giant gun.
Yeah.
And then how she saves her, Nebula, and then Nebula immediately starts like fighting her.
Yeah.
And she's just like, seriously? Like, really? You're gonna fight me after I just saved your life? But yeah. And they're sisters or whatever. So.
Yeah. They have that thing, I guess.
You seem like you're getting pretty tired.
Yeah,
there,
well, just a little bit. Oh, I got this.
We only know like 25 minutes. We're good.
You can do that.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I liked how she's like, I gotta kill Thanos. Yeah. And I'm just like, you're gonna be important in the next movie.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. You're gonna tie into Infinity War. I guess the next movie they're in is Infinity War.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, so I hope like they do character arc stuff with her and Gamora and Drax, because those three have like beef with Thanos.
Oh yeah.
So like at the end of the last one, Drax was like, Thanos, he's the guy I really have to kill.
I'm gonna get you. And then Gamora is like, yeah, I guess he's bad.
Yeah, he was kind of an asshole. But yeah, Nebula's like,
and the rest of them will be like, fight out of just like being the good people they are.
Yeah, because they gotta save the galaxy or whatever. He's gonna be.
Which Avengers do you think are gonna be in?
Pretty much all of them. It's more a question of like who's not gonna be there. Like maybe we won't see Winter Soldier because he's still frozen.
Yeah, it's Russo brothers, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see some Russo brothers directed action. With the Guardians of the Galaxy.
True, and that'll be interesting. Someone else with allowing to have the Guardians. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky because there's a lot of characters.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you balance all of them? Because the Russo brothers
did a pretty good job in Civil War. So,
yeah. And they don't have to do the origins of anyone, so I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
The only one we might maybe get an origin for, I think, is Thanos, right? Because we got to see what his motivation is, because we don't know anything about him.
No, so. I know his motivation in the comics.
Yeah, but I mean, in the MCU,
so in the MCU, is death going to be canon?
Yeah, that'll be. I hope they do that. That'd be cool. Or maybe they'll make it like Hela or something, because she's in.
Thor the new
Thor the Ragnar-Thor.
Thor the new Thor.
Thor the Thor, where we decided to make it more like Guardians of the Galaxy instead of the Thor movie.
Yeah, that looks about right.
But
also, Doctor Strange is going to be in that one.
What?
Doctor Strange is going to be in that one for a bit.
Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so wait, let's guess. Let's see who's all going to be in the Infinity War. So it's Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man. Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, Hawkeye, probably.
Scarlet Witch, Vision.
Yeah, Vision's obviously.
Black Panther,
probably.
Ant-Man,
I bet. Doctor Strange.
Oh crap, the MCU is so big.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on 12. Yeah. And then Star-Lord, Groot, Gamora, Drax, Rocket. Do you think Nebula probably?
Nebula.
Do you think we'll get Mantis as well?
I don't know. Mantis seems pretty exclusive to this movie. Maybe maybe the scene where when they first have the Guardians just kind of hang out and stuff. Mantis will be there, but she won't be.
But she won't join them.
Yeah, no, she won't join them.
Yeah,
she doesn't seem much of a fighter.
She'll have she'll be more of a cameo role for her kind of thing.
Yeah,
I can see that. Who else is there? Am I missing one? Falcon?
Falcon, or I feel like Falcon's a little more crucial, than Rhodey.
Yeah, what about Rhodey? Do you think we'll see him, or is he still in a wheelchair?
No, he's walking around on those magic armor legs.
Right. So is Rhodey gonna be in this one? You think?
I don't know. I don't really like him.
I don't really like him.
What does he got? What's his?
He doesn't really do anything.
Tell me his character right now. What's his character?
He's Don Cheadle.
Exactly. See,
that's why I'm saying Terrence Howard was a better Rhodey.
Yeah,
because he felt more like the Rhodey of the comics, and he had a character.
Yeah, and he kind of he made fun of Tony and stuff.
He had motivation.
Oh, I love this scene. That's probably one of the best Rhodey scenes in Iron Man 1 when he's like, "We're not drinking, baby." No, he says, "We're not drinking. We're not drinking." Cuts, they're instantly drunk.
Yeah,
and he says, "I totally forget what he's saying."
Like, when I look in the mirror, what I see myself in the uniform, and I'm like, I got my brothers defending me or something.
Yeah, he's just he's just rambling. It's so good, it's so good though.
He's just not even listening.
Yeah,
it's like I'm a little distracted here by the pole dancer.
Yeah, there's a pole dancer on his airplane. It's so over the top. No, the first Iron Man's great. I think that's one scene that makes sense.
But that's the only one that he had a personality in too. Because in the second one, it's like, oh, I gotta punch Tony because he's too drunk. And
that was a weird thing.
And then he's like, oh, I guess I'm in the military now. And then the third one, he's just doing his own thing until the end when it becomes a buddy cop movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Is there any other Avengers that we missed, or is that all of them? Rhodey's, Ant-Man's. Think we'll see the Wasp? Probably not. Probably save that for Ant-Man and Wasp.
Are any of the Defenders going to be there, or is it?
Oh, I doubt it. They're going to be.
How many fingers did you have by the end?
Oh, almost 20.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I had 19.
Be a Foster clock.
Yeah. It would be so good to see Coulson back too, Yeah. But I don't think they'll do that. Yeah, I don't think we'll see any of the Defenders just because it seems like they just keep their Netflix and their TV in their movie universe and their Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. universe as almost 3 different universes because they don't really cross over at all, other than mentioning.
Because what is it? Natalie Portman, has she said that she doesn't want to come back for any?
I think so.
Thors? Okay, so do you think they'll do the Thor Lady Sif thing?
Oh yeah, we might see Lady Sif. I get. Well, what do you mean?
Do you think they'll do that romance?
Oh yeah, we could actually do that romance instead of boring Natalie Portman.
Why do you love this mortal? Because she looks like Natalie Portman.
She's hot.
She's a scientist. I like a girl who's passionate about what she's passionate about.
I talked to her about the tree of life in front of a campfire. That means we have chemistry.
Yeah, and I drew a bunch of circles on a page. I drew a line.
I told her that science and magic are the same thing.
That really gets women going. Wow, Thor.
That's the same thing as
it's like asking
having chemistry, right?
Yeah,
we made out a bunch. Does that count? She went to Asgard for some reason in the second one.
It's because she got sick with Aether virus. I kid you not.
Yeah, I know, but it is
the second Thor this is why it's lowest on my list. It's things like that. What is even happening in this movie? We're gonna defeat the villain with tripods. It's still so much money. I don't want to buy it.
Don't worry, I have a bootleg copy of it. I mean, what? Bootleg? That's illegal.
Do you actually
do that?
From the dollar store, or?
Yeah, it's in one of my CD piles.
Okay. Can you put it on the shelf with the rest of the MCU? Just
yeah, sure.
Yeah, that'd be helpful. Because I might buy Iron Man 3 for $20 maybe at most.
That's a $15 movie at most for me.
Yeah. If you're lucky if you see it at 15. I mean, after, what was it, once Civil War came out, they re-released a bunch of Marvel DVDs at like Walmart and stuff.
Oh yeah.
They had a bunch of other stuff in stock, like Iron Man 3 and Thor 2 and Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Do you think we'll get
Phase 2?
Do you think we'll ever get the Phase 3 super exclusive box set, like once that comes out? Or
how big is that going to be?
Well, let's count.
It's going to be 12 movies.
It'll be a lot.
It's going to be literally 12 movies.
So
they're doubling their universe with one phase. One foul.
That's crazy. But it's also cool because we're getting a bunch of like new characters finally. Because like Phase 2, the best thing about Phase 2 is Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Because like, those
the way I think about
expanded the universe actually.
No, so the way I think about Phase 2 is like, so Phase 2 is 3 years pretty much, right?
It was short.
So the first year had like the 2 worst movies. The second year has like 2 of the best movies of Marvel, and then the year after that is like an action movie that's not as good as Winter Soldier, and then like a comedy movie that's not as good as Guardians. So it's just like 2015 is like the slightly worse version of 2014. That's how I think about Phase 2. That's how Phase 2 is inserted in my brain.
Yeah, that's about accurate. And then did you say 2 of the worst ones at the beginning?
Yeah, because they're like bottom of my list.
Yeah. That was when like we were like, oh man, was Avengers the peak of the
And then Winter Soldier came out. It's like, nope. I'm great. No, I didn't love Winter Soldier like when it first came out. Like when I first saw it, I'm just like, no, I really liked it. I thought it was good stuff. Like, oh yeah, that was cool. But like, then I didn't realize how like actually amazing it was until like, I don't know. I was like, probably it wasn't until I was 16 because, I mean, it came out when I was 14, right?
Right.
And I'm just like, yeah, that was cool. And you're like, what do you mean? That was freaking amazing. Like right away, I'm like, oh, I thought it got like really good like halfway through, and then like. For me now,
what do you keep that guy off the boat?
It's so different from me now. Like it's just like, I'm just like, oh, it's amazing. And then I like saw it again when I was 16. I'm like, this is freaking incredible. The best movie ever. No, it's really good though. Because he kicks the guy off the boat. Yeah.
The part where he punched the shield and it hit the guy in the head.
Yeah, just all that's so good. Like.
Have you seen any of, what's it called? I think it's called Because Science.
Yeah.
Where, like, this guy explains, like, the science of nerdy stuff.
I think I've seen some of that.
Anyways, he's talking about Captain America's shield, and he's like, if Captain America's shield, like, absorbs vibrations, then, like, as soon as it hit a wall, instead of, like, bouncing off the wall, it would just, like, fall down to the ground. It just kind of would absorb the energy from hitting the wall, and then land on it, and then just fall.
What about when Winter Soldier like launches it into the back of the van?
Oh yeah.
What would that like? I guess that wouldn't actually be able to happen. I mean, it's just I feel like it's vibration absorbent to like an extent. It doesn't absorb like all vibrations.
It does whatever it wants.
Yeah, it does whatever it wants to do.
When he fights Spider-Man, it's like that doesn't obey the laws of physics at all.
Obey the laws of physics at all. Yeah.
Like, yep.
Punch.
I just
throw, bash, yo.
What?
Just go.
I was just thinking about Nick Mason's Spider-Man Tom Holland impression. You remember that?
No. Was it in a Weekly Planet or?
Yeah, I'll show you it after.
Okay, is it really good?
It's really funny.
Okay.
He's talking about that like Avengers Infinity War promo where it was like Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Pratt talking about like, oh yeah, we're gonna make the Infinity War, we're gonna shoot it for like a year or something.
Like, all of us
gonna be a movie together. We're all in the movie together. Isn't it great?
Look at
10 years.
What a movie universe we've put
10 years of movie making is all built up to this.
Don't you love being under Disney?
What?
Don't you love being under Disney?
Well, I mean, yeah, apparently it works. Apparently, that's how you get your movies.
It's super weird that Marvel, they shot Iron Man 1, The Incredible Hulk, and Iron Man 2 on film, and the rest of them are digital.
Well, yeah, because then they just would have transitioned to digital by then.
But Guardians, I think it was like Guardians, either 2 or 1 used like a different camera, like a different kind of digital camera, that's like better at capturing color and stuff.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Guardians.
Oh yeah, no, Guardians 2 was great.
And it had like great cinematography.
Yeah,
like that one shot of Gamora just like sitting in the field. It's like, oh, that's pretty.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like the overhead shot of the thing, the zipping.
Oh yeah, the laser,
the laser arrow,
the arrow thing. Yeah,
just going around killing all the guys. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. This movie had like 10 end credits.
There was 4 end credits.
Was there 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 3. 2 of them were real end credit scenes, and then like 2 of them were just jokes.
Yeah, so what were the real ones?
The like Sylvester Stallone Guardians.
Yeah, that was great.
Like original OG Guardians, and then
that's what OG means.
Adam Warlock teaser.
Yeah. And the other one was just like Stan Lee.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
And then the other one was...
Oh, it was Teenage
Groot.
That was amazing.
Do you think he'll be Teenage Groot in the next Avengers movie?
No, I think that's just to show that he's
growing.
Because think about this, because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, is he really going to be Baby Groot through the whole movie? Because of his healing factor in the first one was pretty quick.
Yeah.
But Guardians of the Galaxy 2 takes place over the course of 1 day.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh. Well, it's...
So he wouldn't...
Wait, it's more than a day?
It's a day.
They go to sleep at one point.
No, Drax goes to sleep.
One of them goes to sleep at one point.
But Russell sleeps because he feels like it. It's like a day and a bit. Like, it's probably...
Yeah, it's like a couple days.
It's like a couple days, but they don't sleep, though, so...
Yeah. Yeah, good point. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, so like, yeah.
So he wouldn't, so it's like...
And if this took place, like, pretty soonish after the first movie, then, like,
yeah,
it would make sense why he's not.
He's like...
I mean, I think it takes place now. Most of them seem to take place, like...
Yeah, now-ish.
Like a day-ish.
Yeah. So no, but I feel like my theory is that it's like, because he was knocked down to basically nothing, he had, like, it takes a while to bring it back, so that's why he's like a baby for like 3 years ish.
Yeah, I guess.
So that part of his life cycle is like going to be longer, but then like once you get growing, it like goes like on like that exponential curve of like, okay, now it's like a couple weeks later and he's a teenager, right?
Yeah. Do you think they overused like how look how cute Baby Groot is?
I mean, I thought like there was going to be more, and there wasn't.
Yeah, that's the same. Because it was like it wasn't about him really at all. It was about like Star-Lord.
Yeah.
So I thought it was fine. I did like the part where he's like, we can't. He's too adorable to kill.
That was so good. That was really funny. No, I love that. I guess you could say Groot's character arc in this film was knowing which button to push.
Yeah, pretty much.
He figures it out by the end. He works it all out.
I mean, he worked it out by himself by pure luck.
I love that scene, and even though they showed it in like the first trailer for the movie, where he's like asking him if he has tape. That was so funny.
They saved one of the jokes, which was him asking. You just hear him flying around to all the people. Hey.
Asking them for tape. It's like, did you ask me if she has tape? No, I asked Yondu, and she was sitting right next to him, so she definitely heard me. I just didn't care. So good.
You're the guy with the whatever battery and an atomic bomb strapped to your belt. If anyone has tape,
it's gonna be you.
Oh man.
No, I'm glad the trailers didn't ruin like too many of the jokes.
Yeah, I thought
I knew it wouldn't, because there's so many jokes in Guardians.
Yeah, I didn't watch one of the trailers. I think was there 3 trailers?
I don't know. I just remember there's the Fox on the Run one, and then there's is that the one with the deepest darkest secret? Is that Fox on the Run?
Yeah. Because the first one just had the don't push the button. And
no, there's a second one. I saw the second one. Because the second one ends with, who is this? What's this? Kurt Russell's in the movie. I'm your dad. And that's the end of the trailer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see that one. Because
I saw that
didn't want to see that.
It was in theaters, though.
Oh, well, I wasn't in
theaters. It's one of the 1,200 blockbusters I saw.
Yeah. Remember the extended preview of Pirates of the Caribbean that we got to see?
That was trash.
Yeah, that movie doesn't look great.
No, it doesn't. I just mean the preview was trash. From just
the trailer was bad.
Standpoint, it was just like 10 minutes of just Pirates of the Caribbean.
Here's a 5-minute scene from the movie, and then here's a trailer, and then here's an extended joke, and it was okay. Is Will in this movie? Because on IMDb it says he's in the movie, and he's the main character of the series, and it says the final Pirates movie or something in the trailer, and this is 10 years since the fucking last one he was in, and he's supposed to be a fucking dead man's chest or whatever, which means he gets to visit land every 10 years. This is the perfect time to bring him back, and he's not even in the fucking trailer!
I thought they were gonna put him at the end of the trailer.
Yeah, but they didn't! I'm your dad.
Yeah, like that. Literally that. But then Jack Sparrow's like, excuse me, and then that's the end of the trailer. Yeah. No, but because there was the part at the end of the last shot of the trailer was them they were water was collapsing in on them or something. So they were basically they were about to be fully submerged by water. And then I wanted the Dutchman to come up, bring them up back to the surface, and then you just see he could just walk over. You could just see you could just see a shot of his feet, and then you see Jack look up, and that's all you could just do that, right? Now I would be on board.
Yeah, and they showed this whole scene where at first they were launch the zombie sharks, and I was zombie sharks. Okay, we'll see where this goes. That's an interesting water villain, supernatural water villain that we haven't seen in Pirates movies yet. Yeah. And then it was the boringest action scene ever. So,
no, it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't intense like Jaws. They could have. Because I love the one. There's the one scene in Jaws where they're I'll get Jaws, it'll be real quick and easy, and they strap a thing to a dock, and it destroys most of the dock, and then the guy's crawling out of the water, and you feel him being in the water is super dangerous. You don't want his feet to be in the water. There's just a shot of his feet trying to get out of the water, and it's the most intense thing. But it's literally just some guy's feet in water. In real life, he was just putting his feet in the water. It was just water.
I know.
But because of the score and because of how, oh gosh,
how well it's directed. Yeah. Jaws is a good movie, man.
Yeah.
And it's also
seen it recently. I saw it recently.
I've seen a couple scenes from it recently.
Yeah.
And I was oh yeah, this is a really good movie.
No, it's super weird because I totally forgot this about Jaws. I thought the part with the guys on the boat was basically just the last I thought it was just the end of the movie. No, it's
the last half.
It's half the movie. Yeah. It's literally half the movie is just three guys on a boat.
Yeah, and it works with just them on the boat.
Yeah,
which is great.
So good.
Okay, you know that scene where they're talking about the different scars they have from getting attacked by sharks?
Yeah.
I just realized that they do that scene in Chasing Amy with what's her name? The main girl and the other guy, and they're I was having sex with blah blah blah, and then her dad walked in, and whoops, now I have the scar here, and they do that exact scene, but with instead of I got attacked by a shark, it's I got injured during sex, and I just realized that that's what he was parodying.
Oh, okay.
So
that's funny.
I don't know.
That's
good
really
work,
funny.
Kevin Smith, for tricking me into thinking you came up with an original scene, but it turns out it's a parody of the classic scene from a classic movie. I don't know. Anyways.
What's her name? Allison? Or Elena?
Shit. What is it?
It's not Amy.
No, it's not Amy. Despite the movie, we can call it Chasing Amy. Allison. No, wait. Alyssa Jones.
Alyssa, yeah. I was close.
Yeah. And then I was starting to think of Alison Brie. I'm like, no, that's not it.
No, yeah, no. Chasing Amy is probably one of the better Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah. I liked. What's kind of cool about that one is, like, partway through it, he's talking about how, oh yeah, my first comic, it was pretty good and personal, and that's why it was a good story. The second one I did, whatever, and Blunt Man or whatever, is more just kind of jokes and stuff, but, like, people didn't like that one as much. I mean, like, it was commercially successful, but, like, it didn't really have as much meaning behind it. So for my third one, for my third comic, I want to do something more, like, personal and, like, meaningful. And it's like, oh, okay, so you're saying, you know, Clerks was actually, like, about something. Mallrats was kind of just jokes, and then the third one, Chasing Amy, is, you know, I'm trying to actually tell a story.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I like about it. Those are the ones where I like Kevin Smith's movies more when he is trying to actually like say something.
Oh, because Dogma says lots of really cool things.
Yeah, that's
There's also some stupid stuff in it.
No, there is some stupid stuff too, but like the stuff where he's like actually has like legitimate, good, well thought out like criticisms of like the Catholic Church and stuff like that. It's like this is solid. This is solid stuff, and
there's lots of cool ideas in that movie. Like,
anyways, Guardians Volume 2. What would you rate it? Give it a song rating from one of the songs.
I can give it 6 guitars.
I will give it a that song Star-Lord's listening to at the beginning of the first Guardians in 1988. I forget what it's called. That's what I give it.
Love.
Yeah, I'm not in love. That's what I give it. Oh, that sounds like I don't like the movie.